Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Barbie Talk. This is a little different from the normal Barbie Dolls of the Week because I want to touch on a few things and talk about a controversy that has arisen. So let's start with just me showing you a few outfits that I have gotten recently. Well, two, and one that I've had a little bit that some of you may not have seen yet. And Betty's trying to steal the show over here, so pay no attention to that cat. Anyway, this is the first outfit I want to show you that I got on eBay recently. It's Barbie Fashion Classic, and this is from 1986, it says. Now, I don't remember this one. I don't remember seeing it. I might have, who knows. But one thing that I think is, it's a nice looking outfit. But one thing I think that's weird is it has Day to Night Barbie over here, and she's not wearing that outfit. It seems like usually they show a doll in that outfit, and they didn't. So I just thought that was kind of strange. On the back, it just says Barbie and Ken. When it comes to fashion, Barbie and Ken dolls have it all. Fashions for the beach and sports, fashions for their glamorous lifestyle. So anyway, I wanted to show you this that I got. It was under $5, so I think that's pretty good for a 1986 fashion on the card still. So there's that. And then I've always wanted one of these McDonald's uniform fashions, and I got one again for under $5 from the same person. I was really surprised no one bid on that. Let me move that forward a little. This one happens to be for Skipper, and it does come with shoes, as you see, as well. So I just think these are really kitschy and cool. I don't know. I'd like to have one for Barbie, and I don't know if they did one for Ken. By the way, here's what it looks like on the back. Just a lot of stuff, including a letter from Barbie herself. And I'm talking about the Barbie fan club, the old one. So, and they've got a thing that you can fill out right here. I don't know if I'm going to take this out or not. I'm very tempted to take this out and put it on, I think, the one Skipper doll that I have up there because I'm not really into Skipper. But I probably won't do that anytime real soon. But isn't that just so cool? This, by the way, is from 1982, it says. Or at least that's the year on here. Okay, and then the last not uniform outfit I want to show you is this Ken outfit, which I have shown before. I got it ways back at a antique store for a pretty cheap amount. I don't remember. I want to say about $8 maybe, or $5 to $8. This is from 1975, and it's of course a Ken outfit, as you can see. Very Mr. Roper. I mean, it screams Mr. Roper from Three's Company. But also, you know, the scarf especially. But also, you know, it's just very 70s. So this is staying in the package, and I don't intend to take that out, at least at the time. So now I wanted to touch on the issue of space that I talked about, you know, for storing dolls. There were a couple interesting suggestions, and I'd like some more suggestions of anything that people can share on space. One, my friend Alan from Germany mentioned that when you have, if I could point in the right direction, a bunch of dolls that are sitting, they take up more space, and that's absolutely true. So he suggested standing them up with stands, and then you can get more in. The problem I have with these shelves behind me, and I do like these shelves, that's why I bought them, is that I didn't realize the dolls they're not tall enough for the dolls to stand, so I can't do that there. Now I have other shelves where I do have dolls standing that you guys can't see in this video. If you watch my video where I toured the D-Box dolls room, you will see some of those. But I do have some of those standing, it is true, and I want to get some more stands and do that some more where I can. But on these shelves back here, I can't, and that's a little disappointing. The other thing that somebody said was that, you know, you can take them out of the boxes, and therefore you can store more out of boxes than in boxes. Well, I've got plenty out of boxes, so I buy some to keep in the box, and some are out of the box when I buy them. So I've got some of both, and I'm not really wanting to take them out of the boxes to get more in. But when I buy deboxed dolls, then that's okay. So that's already deboxed. Now, I want to talk about a little bit of a controversy. Well, some good news and then the controversy, or controversial part of it. So, I'm sure by now that a lot of you have heard about the new commercial for the Moschino, and I believe that's how it's pronounced, Barbie. And it features a boy for I guess, the first time ever a boy's been in a Barbie commercial, which I'm not totally surprised by that, but I guess I would have thought by now there would have been one already. With some other girls, because God forbid you have a boy alone, but that still hasn't happened. But anyway, I'm grateful that they put a boy in a Barbie commercial. Now, couple things. I read an article that said that's actually not Mattel who chose to do that, although I'm sure Mattel has to approve it. They wouldn't let anything go without their approval that represents a Mattel product like Barbie. But anyway, I heard that the director, or the designer himself, was the one who wanted to put the boy in there to represent boys like him when he was growing up, who were inspired by Barbie, and Barbie became his muse, so to speak. So that's great. I'm so glad that there's a boy in a Barbie commercial. So I don't want to complain about that at all. But I have sort of mixed feelings about the way they represented this boy, or the boy in the commercial. I don't really think that's that boy's real personality or real character. I think that's exactly what it is, a character. And they had to make it a stereotype. Now, stereotypes are based in fact, and there are boys like that, and there's nothing wrong with a boy like that. So don't get me wrong. However, the majority of guys who collect Barbie are not that fabulous, is what I'm going to call it. Because that kid was fabulous in the commercial, but it goes to a stereotype, and it touches on a lot of hot button nerves, and I just have some mixed feelings about it. In fact, I had a little bit of a discussion on Facebook today with a guy, and he's also a Barbie collector, and he was really, really harsh about this commercial and considered it an attack, and I'm not exactly sure on what. I didn't agree with that part. But I agree with a lot of the points he made, that I wish it hadn't been such a stereotypical representation. Um, I have a picture, by the way, of the little boy in the commercial that I wanted to hold up. Now, a couple things. Look at his hair. I don't believe that's his real hairstyle. I think somebody made that hairstyle for him for this commercial, and that's not that unusual. They do that, I'm sure, with everyone. However, it's also colored. This kid's probably 6, 8, I don't know, but I don't think that would be how he would have his hair. So I think that's part of what I'm saying, is that I think they overdid it. Um, and I think they should have just let him be whatever boy he was. Now, I think the issue is, as this designer stated, he wanted a boy like what he was, and so that's what he did, and that's okay. But for that to be the first boy, and so far the only boy, I guess, in a Barbie commercial playing with the doll, um, you know, I just wish it had been a more average kind of boy and not a stereotypical boy. Um, I kind of, even as I say that, I have mixed feelings, because I don't want it to sound like I have any problems with a boy who's somewhat feminine. I don't have a problem with that, because there are boys like that. But I think they overdid it with what he said, how he said it, the little wink. I mean, it just to me was over the top. So I weigh the good and the bad. I like that there's a boy in it, and I'm glad they did it, but I wish they hadn't gone so over the top, because I'm seeing a lot of comments, and probably if the boy was just Dennis the Menace type boy, they would say some of the same comments. But I'm seeing comments about, how horrible it is that Mattel or the designer are trying to push the gay agenda on children, and of course all of America and maybe the world, which of course I'm not never sure exactly what the gay agenda is. But there's even one site that someone posted a story on this topic of that was like theendisnear.com or something like that, where oh my gosh, it's like we're done as a civilization because they put this boy in this commercial and he's a feminine boy in the commercial or a fabulous boy. But I don't certainly think that. But it's just that's exactly what I mean, that some of these people are going to take it too far and they're going to use it like they are as sort of a weapon against progressive ideas. So I would like to know your thoughts on this because it's something I'm very mixed on. But like I said, I think you can think good and bad about it, and that's what I think. Overall, I'm glad to see it, but I think they could have done a better job, I guess is what I'm saying. And I would really like to hear some other thoughts, especially from gay men, gay Barbie collectors, and obviously we can all have an opinion, and it doesn't mean you have to agree with it. I mean, I see people who seem like, if you don't agree, and I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but just I'm talking about on the internet in general, there's people out there who think if you don't agree with the way I think, well, you're just wrong. And that's not what I think. I mean, you don't have to agree with me. The thing is, that's why it's called our opinion, So, anyway, I'm going to wrap up for now, but I really want to hear your opinions on this topic. And thanks for watching.